What's up, gang? Welcome to status update number 7. I am back after a week off. I was vacationing down in Florida, became a Florida man for a week, took in some tennis, went to the beach. I actually never went to the beach. Laid out, got a little color. Not as much as Alex Rodriguez, but still got a little bit. And unfortunately, because of this, I missed a pretty good week in golf there with Hideki Matsuyama shooting 62, winning the Genesis Invitational. My boy Patrick Cantlay throwing up down the stretch. Xander Schauffele the same. Will Zalatoris, who I have been cautious, less optimistic about early in the season, returning to form, runner up there with some really good weekend play as well, holding the lead on the back nine. So I missed all that. We could talk about it, but the news cycle rolls on. And this week we have plenty to talk about. Yes, Nappy Boy, Nappy Factor, the artist formerly known as the nightclub bouncer, Jake Knapp, won in probably the ugliest final round display I have seen from a leader in a very long time. He won. Kudos to him. He won on the PGA Tour. No doubt about it. There's not a ton to take from that. Tony Finau was the star from that tournament, the only real big name. He did switch his putting setup, which we have talked about before. That's something to keep an eye on. The toe, the big tone, the toe of the ground of the putter is touching the ground again. So just a heads up as we move to the Florida swing. But before we get to some of the Florida talk from the Florida man himself, I think the biggest news to come out of the week was Augusta National giving 3 special invitations to Joaquin the Dream Neiman, Thor Bjorn, Thunder Bear Olesen, the Piss Boy himself, and Rio Hishishute. There is a 99% chance I pronounced that man's last name incorrectly. I apologize. But from one Japanese man to another, yeah, that's true, fellas. 25%. Congratulations to Rio. And obviously the big name, the headliner of the bunch, was Joaquin the Dream. Live Golf member, wins Live Golf Mayakoba, the first start of 2024, shoots 59 there at Mayakoba in the first round there. Says post round, post win, I want to win major championships, but I'm not in them. He to be truth be told, he was already in the Open, given his win on the DP World Tour in Australia during the winter. And I think a lot of people will read in between the lines of the Augusta National, the Fred Ridley, the Riddler's press release that pretty much mentioned Joaquin's resume. Latin America Amateur Championship winner in the past, which is run through Augusta National, winner in Australia. No mention of Live Golf. And I think there are two kind of things to take away from the press release. One, people are saying, oh, Augusta National did it right. They got one of the best players in the world, which he is. He's a top 25 player in the world. If you don't believe so, I think you're just not following close enough. They got one of the best international players, in the world into their tournament. Kudos to them. Way to rise above it, rise above the noise, and get the best players into the major championships. I agree with that. But to say like their hands aren't dirty at all, I mean, they're on the board of the OWGR. So they are involved in the day-to-day cat fight, so to speak, of the OWGR, Live Golf, Greg Norman, taking to Instagram like a crazy old man he is. And so they did do this correctly. I think it was nice, but I think my biggest thing is, does Joaquin Niemann get the invitation into the Masters if he doesn't win in Australia on the DP World Tour this past winter? I think the answer to that is no. I truly do. It's a big if, obviously, but I don't think this has really anything to do with his play on Live. Yes, he won. Okay. But Taylor Gooch won 3 times last year. He wasn't in a major championship. He's not in the major championships this year. If it had to do with quality play across all men's professional golf leagues, why wouldn't Taylor Gooch receive an invitation? Well, you could say he doesn't have the ties to Augusta National with the Latin America Amateur Championship. Still, it's just an interesting point, and I'm very happy for Joaquin Niemann. I am Joaquin Niemann's biggest fan. I always have been. His name is in my CBS Sports bio, for Christ's sake. But I don't think this is a live thing, to tell you the truth. I think this is his play on the DP World Tour. And we also got to give flowers to Thor Bjorn, Piss Boy, Olesen. Most probably remember the flight from Memphis to the UK after the St. Jude Championship many years ago. Olesen pops a few pills, gets a little crazy, assaults a flight attendant, pees a little bit. He got off the charges recently. Seems to be back to the player he was when he was on the 2018 Ryder Cup team. So I'm happy for him. And then my boy Rio. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that last name again. So congratulations to those three. Someone who has made plenty of waves at Augusta National throughout his career and who is making waves this week, this upcoming week, on Live Golf, because that seems to be all we can talk about. Anthony Kim. We've talked about him before. I think there's a lot of excitement around him. I am kind of in the middle of the camp where I'm going to tune in to watch him play. I don't know if there's a ton of luster and shine around his name anymore, but if he shoots a few rounds, a couple rounds under par, even around par, it will build. But the thing I want to touch on is the timing of this all. I think it was a miss on Live Golf's end to trot out Anthony Kim at Live Golf Jeddah. I understand your stakeholders are going to be there. The people who pay the bills are going to be there. They want some shiny new object to play with. And this week it's Anthony Kim. But if you are trying to get a foothold or a small portion of the golf market, why not wait until Trump National Doral the week before the Masters in Miami, where you have some history there at least. You know what you're going to get on the grounds, and you have that East Coast time slot. You're still going to have the time slot. They're 1 to 6 on the CW during the weekend, but it's going to be on tape delay. And based on the Saudi Open that has been there at Royal Greens in King Abdullah Economic City, I heard it's beautiful this time of year. Based on the past crowds they have drawn, minimal. I think if I was Liv, if obviously, I would have held off. I would have said, hey, man, wait till we're back in the United States. Wait till we can get you in front of a crowd. Wait until we can get that live time slot and you can come back. We'll just toss you an extra million for your trouble for the delay. So that's what I found to be the most interesting part of the news surfacing right now. I'm going to try to watch uh, maybe a little live just because the time difference. And I guess early in the morning, if it is live, it probably isn't even going to be live, maybe on YouTube. But I think they missed. I think they missed the ball on this one, rolling him out in Jeddah when you could have had him playing with like Donald Trump and Doral. You want noise? That's how you get some fucking noise. Not not in the sands, the desert of the Middle East. Anthony Kim was once a great young player. I'm a big Anthony Kim fan as well. Nothing against him. Watch him win at Congressional many years ago. That tournament was hosted by Tiger Woods. And it's been a tough year for media in general. Paramount, my parent company for CBS Sports, just laid off 800 people. Vice.com, which was valued in the billions in like 2017, got sold for like 350 million a few years later, shutting its doors. The Messenger, a startup, burning through all its cash, canned everyone, folded. LA Times, the list goes on. It's been a tough year, tough couple years for media. But this article from the Palm Beach Post from one Emily Smar is the exact reason why local media still needs to exist. It was a head scratcher. It was funny. I hate to say it, but funny. And it was stereotypical Florida. As many of you know, Tiger Woods' son, 15-year-old Charlie Woods, played in the pre-qualifier for the Cognizant Classic this week in Florida. He ended up shooting 86. That's not the main headline. He's 15. He's never played an AJGA event. He's got the world ahead of him. 86 in a pre-Q. That's fine. Should he have been even playing in it in the first place? That's a different conversation. But this article from the Palm Beach Post about Charlie Woods, let's read some of the excerpts. Tiger Woods was not in attendance, though Charlie was followed by his mother, Elin Nordegren, in a zealous gallery throughout the morning. When Woods' first out-of-bounds drive went flying right towards the rough on number 5, so did several fans, hoping to grab a souvenir from the bushes and palms. As a frustrated Woods made his way up the fairway, spectators began to realize that there was no ropes to bar them from the course. In turn, they walked very close to Woods on the fairway, ignoring repeated requests from tournament officials on the cart path to stay on the cart path. A disgruntled fan asked the official, quote, "Who are you? The fire marshal?" This is where it gets good. Woods' following increased to more than 50 fans as he headed for the back nine, including one grandmother who learned that he was competing and pulled her granddaughter out of school in hope of Woods noticing her. Where are the parents here? After Woods left the 12th green, another fan approached him with a pen and a copy of Tiger's book, How I Play Golf, demanding Charlie to sign the book. When an official told the fan it wasn't allowed, she made a commotion of shushes and yells, including, "I live here," as Woods teed off on number 13. It's very sad to see. He's 15. Woods' already bad day could have been worse if not for his two-man security detail, which included a Martin County Sheriff's deputy. As he walked off the 18th green, lamenting another missed putt, Woods joked, "That was some round, huh?" to his caddy, Palm Beach Gardens high school golfer Jacob J.J. Kuttner. While Woods' performance may mean the remaining renaming of Lost Lake Golf Club to Lost Ball Golf Club, damn, Emily, that is tough, but I appreciate it. Charlie Woods will surely have more attempts at a qualifying for a PGA Tour event. After all, he got his learner's permit only 2 weeks ago and left the golf course Thursday afternoon in the driver's seat of his own vehicle. That begs the question, who was in the passenger seat? I guess his mother. That's correct. There's a lot to unpack here. A lot. We got to talk about the grandmother pulling her granddaughter out of school with hopes of Charlie Woods noticing her. I can only imagine what this grandmother made her granddaughter dress like. Skimpy clothing, high skirt, makeup. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. I once again ask, where are the parents? We have controls in place in this country so something like this doesn't happen. It's called parenting from the 20-year-old without kids. Second, the audacity of the woman to bring a book and yell at Charlie to sign it One, that quote read like, oh, this is definitely a dude. Nope, another woman. What is going on with these women in Florida? Just another red flag on the state, so to speak. And three, we didn't even mention this. He actually played decent on the back nine. He uh he made a 12 on the seventh hole, which eight over par. He shot 14 over, so he shot six over on those other holes. He shot 47, which I get, and then 39. That's not too bad. I am kind of surprised Tiger let his son do this in an uncontrolled environment like this. He's been super protective of Charlie throughout his life, and I guess, hey, buddy, you're 15. Let me throw you to the lions. Uh, so there is that. But on Tiger, we didn't even get to talk about him. He had the poops. He had to poop a little bit there at the Genesis Invitational. Had to withdraw during the second round. Was battling to make the cut and pulled out early. Had nothing to do with his ankle or his back or his leg. Had influenza, talking like he's in the 1900s. Called an ambulance because he had to poop. But it's I guess cool, or it's noteworthy that Charlie's trying to play into the Cognizant Classic. You know who should be playing in that family though? It's Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods should be playing golf this week if what he said, what his team said is true. If it was just the flu. If I'm in the Woods camp, if I am next to Tiger Woods, if I get to impart my wisdom on Tiger Woods, I am telling him, you are playing the Honda Classic, the Cognizant Classic, and the Valspar Championship during the Florida Swing. You are skipping the API. You are skipping the Players Championship. The API, yes, he has been dominant there. He's been great at Bay Hill throughout his career. I think the rough could pose a problem for him. The Players Championship, those are long days. You have really big field, 156 players. It's going to be a tight turnaround one of the days, most likely than not. And yes, the Honda and the Valspar are both full field events too. But you give yourself a cadence before the Masters of a tournament, 2 weeks off, a tournament, 2 weeks off, and then you're at the Masters. And I understand Tiger Woods has been great at Augusta National, 23 straight made cuts, withdrew last year during the third round, but still made his way through to the weekend. But if he is serious about all his quotes in the media, right? Everyone gets to run up to the mic. I want to be the one who asks Tiger, Mr. Woods, Tiger, 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 Tiger. Do you think you can win? Yeah, I'm here for a dub. I wouldn't be here if I couldn't win. Ooh, let me tweet it out. Social media's wet dream. If he's serious about that, if he still actually believes that, he needs more repetitions. He needs to be in competition more. Can his body sustain it? Maybe not. Maybe he can only play one time with that being the players and then he gets 3 weeks off. Is there that much of a difference between 14 days of rest and 21? Do you really need to do a scouting trip at Augusta National? Probably not. You've played it so many freaking times. Squash that. Play two competitive tournaments, the Honda and the Valspar. Get yourself ready for the Masters, which is, in addition to probably the Open, one of the major championships where you do still have a chance to win, given the need for course history and how reliant players are on course history there, given how much knowledge you have about the golf course and what it takes to win there. If Tiger Woods is serious about somehow claiming another major championship, which I don't think he can, but I think he can somehow contend in one. If the stars align one week, if everything goes right, if all those lip outs lip in, Tiger Woods can contend at another major championship. He has the speed, he has the iron shot still. Consistency is not there though. And the only way to get consistent is to play more golf. And if his body can't allow it, if all he had at the Genesis Invitational was a little tummy ache, like his team said, he should be playing this week at the Honda Classic, taking 2 weeks off, playing the Valspar Championship, taking 2 weeks off, and you're there at Augusta National. You got to think about it like it's marathon training. And it seems to me that Tiger Woods, every time he plays, he is running a marathon. That is not how you train for a marathon. You don't go out and run 26.2 miles to train for a marathon. You run four, then you get to eight, then you get to 11, then you do about, 13-ish, and then you're ready for a marathon. Then you go. You don't go run a marathon to train for a marathon. And that's what Tiger Woods needs to change. He needs to slowly but surely build up to Augusta. He has to, in his mind, say, I have one marathon a year. I'm not going to be able to contend in all four major championships anymore. I can contend in one. And based on the lead in, the one that is most ripe, history, lead in, the need for course history, it's Augusta National and the Masters. So I'm disappointed. Not disappointed. I think it's dumb that he's not playing this week. But he's a 15-time major champion. He's Tiger Woods. He can do no wrong. He's God's gift to the earth. Yeah, sure. Oh, how we forget. All right, ladies, gentlemen, I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate you guys tuning back in after the off week last week. I apologize. I thought I'd be doing this every week. I plan to do this every week, but travel plans. So I came back to you on Monday, February 26th. Today's actually my birthday. Not to make you guys feel bad, but this young buck is officially in his late 20s. Sad, sad. I still got hair, so some of my friends don't. So that's a plus. Still have my health, still have my family. Everything's fantastic. Great job, great community. And so let me just send out an ask for these people, for you listeners. We are at almost 170 subscribers. Somehow, 170 of you think, all right, this guy, he's got some decent takes. He's got some really bad ones that I want to blast him in the comments for. That's fine. I welcome those, please. But he's also got some good ones that I agree with. The worst thing you can be in media is unopinionated. Boring. So all I ask for you guys is to tell your friends, tell your family, your loved ones, your coworkers, your enemies. Hey, this guy Patrick McDonald from CBS, he's got a pretty good YouTube channel. You should give him a sub. You should check it out. I would love to reach 200 subs. My goal for the entire year was 100, and we've already surpassed that. So, as a birthday gift to me, I don't ask for much from you guys. I listen to your suggestions. I read the comments. I interact with you guys. I'm very appreciative of all of you. Just do a little bit. Take a penny, leave a penny situation, so to speak. Like, subscribe, smash. I hate those people, but smash. And I'll see you guys next week. Cognizant Classic this week. Congratulations to winner Russell Henley. Rory McIlroy's in the field, which is great. Didn't talk about him. Finally. But if I had to guess, he's probably going to say something at his presser. Yeah. Congratulations to Russell Henley. You're winner of the 2024 Cognizant Classic, Live Golf Jeddah as well, in the beautiful King Abdullah Economic City. Congratulations to your winner, Matthew Wolf. I'm hearing good things from the Wolf Pack. Oh, and yeah, this was status update number 7. Thank you to producer Pat, my fucking dog. I love you, man. Intern Rick. Win spring break, buddy. Where are you going? Mm, mm. I'm Patrick. This was your status update, and we'll be talking to you guys later.